Good morning, everyone. Today is December the 17th, 2021, and I'm going to do the pick a card reveal today. So remember, you had the citrine, and you had the oyster shell, and you had the unakite. Okay, so I'll give you just a moment to concentrate on those, and we'll get back to the reading. Hi guys, I'm back. So let's get on with the reading. This is for the citrine. I love citrine. It's very calming. So let's see. Oh, fairy tales. Letting go, detachment, and moving on. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is so deep. Well, this is self-explanatory here. This is about, it's time to let go of something that you held on to for a long time. And you see how this man is in the mud or in the water and reaching out, and it looks like she just let go, because if you can see, her feet is in the mud as well. So something that has been holding you back. This could be a literal person. This could be something that you've invested much of your time in, something that you are emotionally connected to, because, you know, you have the roses here, and you have, this looks like lovers, you know, she's letting go of a lover. So this is about something that, you know, you've really cared for a long time, something that you have, you know, worked on, something that you've been with, something that you have been struggling with, that it is time to let it go. You know, many times things come in our lives that, you know, they're just not meant to stay. They're meant to help us step up, help us on our path, help us to grow, to allow our soul to grow, allow ourselves to grow. And here, the number on here is 19, and that is a 10. So this is an ending. This is doing something, you know, 10 is about the individual, but it also has that 0, which is about the whole. This is doing something that is both good for you and good for others, because many times we stay with people out of obligation, out of different circumstances. And I understand if you're trying to make things work, and, you know, you should. If you have a marriage or a relationship that you've been with for a long time, and, you know, sometimes, you know, it is wonderful to work on those things and to make it work. But sometimes you're the one that's doing all the work, and the other person is not. This is about carrying your own weight. If you listen to the astrology that that I did about, I talked about Venus and Pluto. If you listened to that update and listened to the energy about their conjunction, you could see that in this card, because Venus is in Capricorn. She wants, in her relationships, everybody has to pull their own weight, especially in romantic relationships. And this is about what she truly values. What does she value? And here she's valuing, you know, the sanity for both of them. She wants what's best for all that is involved. So doing what is necessary, doing what you know has to be done in order to set yourself free, as well as setting that other person or persons free. It's about knowing when to get up and walk away from the table. And this is something that, you know, in our day and age, many people just you know, with some relationships, I've heard some really callous and cold things about just walking away and just unattached. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something that you know and you have known for a while that it's just not going to work. You have done what you could. You have exceeded yourself to the point to where you were allowing that energy to pull you down. And now it's time to, you know, break and, you know, just release it. You'll see this as clouds everywhere and the wind is blowing. You know, there's a newness coming. And she's looking back in that loving way of this. I'm letting go and I'm detaching myself and I'm moving on because I love you so much, because I want you to be happy, because I understand that, you know, with us, or, you know, this, whatever partnership, whatever relationship that you've had with that is just not working with you and anymore. And that's okay. We have to realize that not everybody is in our lives to stay forever. So you see all the cloud, but you see the light around her. She has like a white aura. So something is changing. Something is showing you what is, you know, you are lighting up. So there is light that has illuminated the shadows, illuminated those things that either you couldn't see or you were not ready to see. So this is a very powerful card, especially for this time. And we got a full moon tomorrow, which is it the 19th? Let's see here. I'm sorry. Tomorrow is the 18th, and the full moon is tomorrow. So letting go and releasing that which isn't working anymore, that which is keeping you back. And this is not saying to be callous and cruel. This is to understand that you know, departing yourself and, you know, removing yourself from a situation that is not working for you anymore. So, oh, wow, there's a lot here. So somebody has been, I feel someone, maybe several of you have really been holding on to something that you have seen, that you feel is so dear to you and that you love, and that, you know, is something that you wanted at one time, but now it's time to move on. There's something bigger and better that's coming. So I do hope you enjoyed that reading. So stay tuned for card number 2, and I'll see you over there. Hello, everyone. Now it's time for the oyster shell. And, you know, the other one we did was the citrine, and this is the second one, the oyster shell. This was the card in the middle. I love oyster shells. They're so soft, and they just look so pretty in the sun. Isn't that pretty? All right, sorry. Let's see what this card is. Oh, we have the Merlin. This was in our reading last weekend, Merlin, the number 33. Which is, this is considered a universal number. It does break down to 6, and 6 is about unconditional love. Now, next year, 2022, is going to be a 6. And that is about compassion, unconditional love, and a healing. This is the mother energy. So let's look at the card, and we see this man. He's at peace, and he has this look of complete satisfaction, of just total serenity within. And you have 3 of these little fairies. This is about creation. 3 is about creation, and the crystal ball, looking into the future. So this card is about guidance, mentorship, and teacher of the old ways. So this, again, is saying that, if you've picked this card again, you really need to tap into your roots, tap into, and I'm talking about where you come from. Where does your DNA come from? Where does your family's root stem from? Because you're here, I feel that some of you are really hearing or feeling the call to find that out and to rediscover what your ancestors believed, how they lived, spiritually, religiously, that sort of thing. Guidance, mentorship. Understand that, just like with everything, it's always good to have a mentor, a teacher, someone to help guide you and to teach you the certain ways. Everybody's like, nobody needs to teach me. I'm just going to lead myself. And I get that. But in that process, you're really going to miss out on someone else's experiences and someone else's knowledge. And that's the worst thing that you can do. And that's what a lot of people do. And I am traditional, so I like to, I follow tradition because I understand there's a rhyme and reason. And I hear the word gatekeeper a lot, and it makes me laugh because, if you really understood, then you wouldn't be saying a gatekeeper is bad, because you hold the keys. You hold the keys. The mentor, the teacher, the guide that you get to help you rediscover more spiritual, religious stuff, they only help you along the way. They can't give you the answers, because that is what the mysteries are about. The mysteries are about you setting out and you discovering and you find it out. You have the keys in your hand. You have to open the door and walk through. And then you have to do the work in order to get what you want. That's, you can't have things spoon-fed to you, because if you do, you will not understand the path. You won't get it. Okay, then you have people's, secret societies, blah, blah. It's not about that. You're missing the whole point. That is a trauma that you need to heal. If you're going through that and you say that is a trauma that you need to work on and you need to heal. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with that. I'm just saying you need to heal. What I'm saying to you is that in order for you to grow and for you to reach the level of Merlin, you're going to have to do the work. But it's beneficial to have someone to walk with you and to provide you a little bit of light on that dark path, because I'm telling you, the journey can be dark. The journey can be merciless. It just, it can knock you to your knees, because when you're walking a spiritual path, a religious path, it's not about the mundane. It's not about the aesthetics. It's not about what you're wearing. It is about your inside. It is about fixing, and I don't want to say fixing in a bad way. It's about adjusting or fine-tuning yourself and getting out of the programming that you might have been in, or the ways that you might have been taught growing up, etc. So Merlin, the guidance, mentorship, teacher of the old ways. So yeah, this really is about, see all this purple? This is spiritual. This is spiritual. And this is you're seeking answers. You're seeking answers from things that, that you don't quite understand yet. And it does help to have somebody that knows, that has, that has walked that path, that has had experience with that. It's always helpful to have somebody with experience to help you along the way. I promise you, it will help you. Yes, are there some crazy people out there? Yes, they are. Do your research. Do your research. Don't take things on, you can't Google everything. You cannot Google everything. You can't read a book for everything. It takes experience. It takes walking the path. And I'm going to tell you, you do not want to walk that path alone, to be out there confused, not understanding what's going on, getting these visions, getting these dreams, getting these feelings, and you not understanding what it's fully meaning. So again, tap in your old ways, find your roots. Where did your ancestors come from? What did they practice? What spirituality, what religion, what did they practice? And then, find a mentor that can help you walk through that. A real one, someone who is seasoned, not someone who just wrote a book and they're brand new. I'm talking about someone who has walked on the path for many years and can understand what's going on. This is not a negative thing. This is a way of giving you tools in order to do the work that you need to do to get to where you want to go. A mentor, a teacher, a guide, they give you tools. You just have to do the work. So, I hope you enjoyed that, and that is all I have right now. So we're going to move on to the third card, and I'll see you over there. Welcome back, Starshines. This is our last card, and this is the Unakite. For those of you who chose the Unakite, isn't that a pretty stone? Very, very pretty. Let's see what the card has to say. Oh, catch me. Look at that. It's almost like the Fool's card, right? So this is about trust, surrender, leap of faith into the unknown. The number on this is a 13. This is also a universal number. This is wonderful. So here, this is very self-explanatory. And I like these cards because usually they are. They're wonderful. They're easy to read. These little oracle cards are, really good for beginners and anyone at any stage. So here we are. There is something that's been going on in your life. You may have come to a crossroads with something. You may have to make up your mind about something. Maybe things are just, changes here. And for a lot of people, they're having to do things they've never done before. Some people are having to step out and go into the entrepreneur stage of life, just getting out there, starting your own business, that sort of thing, doing your own thing. Now here, this is about trusting in yourself. Trust in yourself that you can make this happen. Stop fighting against it. Just surrender. Surrender. One of the hardest things about walking a spiritual path is the surrender. Because we always know, we always think we know what is best for us, what we should be doing, what we shouldn't be doing, over anything, over spiritual guide, from the divine and whatnot. So say you've been, you've done a spell or you've done some prayer in order to have something come into your life, and then all of a sudden it's there and you're like, I don't know, this is a lot to take in. This is so much. This is saying trust that. Trust that and just take that leap of faith on yourself. Many times we invest in other people, but we never invest in ourselves. And investing in ourselves is one of the best things that we could possibly do. Trust in you. Right now, everywhere it seems to be screaming, oh, we know better than you. We know better than you. No one knows better than you. I promise you, when I was laying in the hospital a couple years ago and I was on death's door, just dying every day, the doctors could not figure out what was going on. But me, I knew. I could feel my body. I knew what was going on in my body. And that's exactly what I told them. And then I knew that I'm going to have to take matters into my own hands and do what I know to do in order to, correct the damage that all the medicines that they had given me had done to my body. And I had to trust in myself. I had to take that leap into that unknown, into that, just trusting in myself and surrendering to that process in order to have that healing done. And surrender is so hard. It is so hard because, we feel like we're so physical. We have to be in control of everything. But there's so many things that are out of our control. And sometimes we just have to release and trust the process. We may not be where we want to be at this certain time, or where we think we should have been, or what we, our ideas of our expectations of where we should be and what we should be doing and that sort of thing. You have to surrender to that process and trust that things are going to work out. It may not be exactly what you have, tried to predict. It may not be exactly the way you think they should go. It may be in a different way. But you see, she's taking this step, and these birds behind her are holding her dress up to make sure that she flies. She won't fall. She's going to fly. And you see the clouds here. You see the clouds are going at her back. The clear is in front of her. So she's taking a step into that clarity. Many times we hate change because it is of the unknown. We don't know what's going to be around that corner, but that's the excitement of it. The thing of it is that you have the power to direct it. You do. You have the power. And if you're always trusting in someone else to make the best decisions for you, you're always going to be unhappy because it's not what you would have picked for yourself. So trust in you. Take that leap of faith in yourself. Invest in you. Invest in the abilities that you have. Trust yourself. Listen to your instinct. Connect with yourself. Surrender to yourself. The clear skies are coming. You just got to take that chance. All right, that is it for that card. I do hope that y'all enjoyed the readings. These cards are very clean cut and they're wonderful. That's why I'd love to use them in a pick-a-card, because I feel like, you can actually look at these cards and get feelings for yourself when it comes through, of fairy tales of letting go and detachment and moving on, something that's no longer working for you anymore. It's time for you to cut your losses and move on. And here, sometimes you have to, find a mentor. Sometimes you have to get a teacher that will help show you the ways that connect you to your old ways, that connect you to your ancestors and things that they would have done. And maybe even gifts that they had. I feel some of you bringing about some gifts that maybe your ancestors, one of your ancestors has had, bringing that to the forefront. So, and then take a chance on yourself. Take that leap of faith that you will be able to create the life you want and do those things that you want to do. So that is your reading, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I will see you all next time. Blessings, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful holiday.